She had a heart. She had a spirit that she's been here before.
The mother of little Kamari Holland stopped by Newsletter 9 to donate toys to the WTVM annual toy drive to talk about her princess and the unbelievable hurt and pain she's having to endure as she tries to process what happened to her daughter.
I'm Kamari Holland's mommy, and she wouldn't want nothing in the world but to donate her toys to another little child that was in need because she was a very healthy child.
Russell County Sheriff Heath Taylor says Kamari was kidnapped from her mother's home in Columbus and found in the suspect's vacant home on 15th Avenue in Phoenix City. Sheriff Taylor also says
the manner of death at this time looks to be asphyxiation. It did appear from the scene that there was some sexual abuse.
A mother in tears trying to come to grips with her daughter's brutal death.
I'm coping. I'm making it.
Hoskins says Kamari's father, Corey Holland, had custody of the child and they lived in Phoenix City. Kamari was at her mother's house when she went missing, something Hoskins says she had nothing to do with.
I'm a mommy and I did not have nothing to do with this. She was my life. I lived for her daily. She was my only girl. I had 3 boys at her.
Hoskins says she hopes her daughter isn't remembered by the way she died, but by her sweet, giving spirit.
We were at the gas station one time and we seen a family out there and one of the little girls didn't have shoes on. And she said, "Mommy, we can help them, Mommy, because I have so many pair of shoes at home."
Christy Sipple is no stranger to the Russell County court system and allegations of harming her children. According to court documents, Sipple was charged with chemical endangerment of a child she gave birth to in February of 2018 for permitting the unborn child to have contact with marijuana while she was pregnant. Sipple was indicted on that charge in August of 2019. The case was continued and set for trial in February of 2022. Sipple arrested this week in the murder and human trafficking of her daughter. 5-year-old Kamari Holland, discovered strangled and sexually assaulted on December 13th in an abandoned Phoenix City home. Sipple is charged with murder during the course of a kidnapping, rape, and sodomy, along with human trafficking. Court documents allege Sipple knowingly sold the little girl for sex to 37-year-old Jeremy Williams, who is facing several charges in the case, including capital murder and production of child pornography. Both cases are under a gag order, so the full account of what investigators believe Holland endured, allegedly at the hands of her mother and Williams.
At this point, we believe that the mother and the offender did have a relationship, not from a dating perspective, but did know each other. The mother has been spoke to. We're going to speak to her again. I don't know how she's going to turn out, to be honest with you. She may be perfectly fine. She may not be. But that's just part of the investigation.
On December 28th, Christy was arrested at the Circle K on Victory Drive at around 1 p.m. with the help of federal agents. And get ready for that heart ball kick, 'cause here it comes. According to recent court records, Christy Sipple and Jeremy Williams came to an agreement to sell or rent out Kamari for sexual abuse means. The exact amount the child was sold for, to my knowledge, has not been disclosed. But the judges presiding over the case have extended a gag order in all directions. So what you hear in this video will more than likely be all the information we'll get for a while. Kamari's father, Corey Holland, stated, quote, "The amount of pain Christy has caused by ripping Kamari out of our lives will never cease. We're glad to see that she's been arrested. We are one step closer to justice for Kamari. We hope that justice is served. Christy should receive whatever the maximum penalty she can get. She's a monster. A real mother protects and would die for her children. Christy is a monster. My family and I will continue to wrestle with the loss of losing our angel, Kamari." When talking about Christy Sipple, Russell County Sheriff Heath Taylor said, "She's been charged with murder during the course of kidnapping, murder during the course of rape, murder during the course of sodomy, and human trafficking." And a human trafficking warrant obtained by WRBL states that Christy, on or about December 13th of 2021, did knowingly subject another person to labor servitude or sexual servitude. She did agree with another person to pay her for sexual intercourse and sodomy with her minor child. It's also alleged that Jeremy Williams may face charges of capital murder, kidnapping, capital murder during rape, capital murder during sodomy, and production of child pornography. And to top it all off, I also heard a rumor that Williams is being charged with abuse of a corpse as well. Christy Sipple says, quote, "I'm a mommy. I did not have nothing to do with this." To which I agree. I believe you, Christy. I believe that you in fact didn't have nothing to do with what happened to your innocent daughter. And while innocent until proven guilty, and that's something I truly believe in, I also believe that you and Jeremy will be convicted in a court of law where you'll face the possibility of execution, something I think you both will enjoy. I know I will. It's a horrifying story, the death of a child, the sexual violation of a 5-year-old. No matter how many times something like this happens, to most of us, it's a level of unfamiliar evil, the actions of monsters. And if you ask me my theory, it's just a hunch, but I believe Kamari Holland was murdered before the 31-year-old female victim was assaulted on December 12th. It might even be possible that the little girl had been a victim of abuse for longer than we realize.
Kamari meant the world to me. Like, I would never be the same from this day on, but with all my family and friends, I guess they'd keep me strong, but Kamari is everything to me, and now she gone.
Her pranksters, she used to do all kinds of prankster stuff to her brothers and her mother and all of us. She was an angel, and now she will live as our angel.
I have a lady friend that knew her very well. She was with her the night she went missing, and when she gave Kamari a hug, she never imagined that this would be the last time that she would see her alive, you know.
It's unbearable. It's like, it makes your stomach hurt. It hurts your heart. It's so overwhelming. Remember that big smile on her face. Give prayers for the family, praying for their support and their strength during this time of their bereavement. I pray that the Lord stay with them and keep them strong. And we're really gonna miss them. We love her. Raquel definitely love her. Right? You want to say something to Kamari?
Yeah, she was my cousin, and all the smiles she gave me, she made me laugh.
I will never forget you, Princess. I will forever to keep you relevant in this life. Love you.
Jeremy is being charged with capital murder while in the course of kidnapping, capital murder while in the course of rape, capital murder while in the course of sodomy, child pornography, and abuse of a corpse. They can sentence him to the death penalty if the prosecutor uses that charge, and he has already said that he will. Also, the child pornography charge is because he filmed himself assaulting Kamari. Reports do say that the abuse of a corpse charge is because on his indictment it lists he filmed himself assaulting Kamari both before and after death. The police did say she was strangled with a ligature, which means not with his hands, but either with a rope, a piece of her clothing, something like that.
Obtained by News Leader 9, a 31-year-old woman claims Jeremy Williams sodomized her the night before Kamari Holland's body was found. The woman told police it happened at Williams' home on Dozier Street on December 12th. According to the report, Williams called the adult victim by Kamari's name during the assault and told her he had taught a 5-year-old how to have oral sex. The following day, Kamari's mother reported her missing. She was found that night in a vacant home previously occupied by Williams.
The unidentified woman claims the assault took place at Williams' home on Dozier Street on December 12th. She says she ended up at the accused man's house after having an argument with her boyfriend. With nowhere to go, She reached out to a friend who put her in touch with Jeremy, but while in his house, she started to get an uneasy feeling about him. But when she tried to leave, Williams allegedly blocked the door with a deep freezer before grabbing the woman from behind and forcing her to perform sexual acts on him. Bizarrely, she claims Williams called her Kamari's name during the attack and confessed to her that he taught the 5-year-old how to perform oral sex. My blood's boiling. The victim explains in the report that the only way she could escape was to tell Williams where he could obtain drugs. Williams left the house with the victim and went to the store where Jeremy allowed her to use the bathroom, but he made her leave behind her phone and belongings first. Luckily for her, she had a second phone on her that she used to call for help while she locked herself in the bathroom. She remained inside until Williams left the area. So how on earth could someone like Jeremy Williams gain access to another child? How was he able to set his sights on 5-year-old Kamari Holland? Well, that is where this story will turn and swiftly kick you in the balls of your heart. You see, Christy Sipple may not be the innocent young mother she led us all to believe she was. There's information linking Christy and Jeremy to some kind of relationship, possibly sexual, and possibly drug-based. And it looks like Christy's not thought to be an award-winning mom. As a matter of fact, Kamari Holland's father, Corey Holland, had custody of the 5-year-old at the time. Christy reportedly only saw her on the weekends, and that was supposed to be supervised. She also previously went to court to be charged with abuse of a fetus for allegedly taking drugs while pregnant with her youngest son. Due to health reasons and COVID, this separate court case has reportedly been postponed until later this year. But I also read that Sipple is facing a failure to appear charge for a felony case regarding the chemical endangerment of a child back in 2018. I'm not sure if this is the same case or not, but I thought it was worth noting.
I'm Kamari Holland's mommy, and she wouldn't want nothing in the world but to donate her toys to another little child that was in need because she was a very healthy child.
Oh, she looked like such a cute little girl.
She was a very sweet child. She was beautiful. Sweet soul. Thank you. And I seen this and I touched my heart, so I stopped. That's what she was, Mommy. Let's help that, Mommy. She's like that.
Let me hold
She's like that. We were at the gas station one time and we seen a family out there, and one of the little girls didn't have shoes on, and she said, Mommy, we can help them, Mommy, because I have so many pair of shoes at home, Mommy. Let's give them my shoes, Mommy. And of course we gave them her shoes because she's that caring. She had a heart. She had a spirit that she's been here before, and she was a blessing. She is a blessing.
How are you coping?
I'm coping. I'm making it. The media's making me look like I'm some evil person, but I'm not. I'm a mommy, and I did not have nothing to do with this. She was my life. I lived for her daily. She was my only girl. I had 3 boys and her.
Was she your youngest?
She was no, I have one more under her. I have my son under her. And it's hard. It's hard. I don't know if I'm coming or I'm going, but I'm doing it for her.
Do you have any support? Do you have people on your side? Someone's helping you?
Ain't nobody on my side. They didn't even tell me about the balloon release today. They haven't even mentioned her funeral or nothing.
So will you get to decide that, or?
I don't think so. I think that's all Dad had custody of her.
Okay.
But you know what? I have my peace with her, and she's here in my heart, and that's all that matters.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I can't even fathom what you might be going through, but please know that our hearts and prayers are with you. And I know just at the station, we cover all kinds of news, but for whatever reason, just because of what happened, it has really hit hard for a lot of people.
And that's all you see over social media is her face. She was so loved. She was so loved.
Now she lived in Phoenix City?
Yes, she lived with Dad in Phoenix City, and she was with me. That Sunday I picked her up, and he prayed on her. I can't really talk about it. There's a gag order. So.
Okay.
And we're not going to try to ask you to talk about that. Is her school doing anything?
I'm not sure. She was in school for like literally 3 weeks and then got kicked out because of coronavirus. Somebody tested positive in class. So we decided not to send her back. But she was so smart. She was just learning how to spell her name. She'd see a K somewhere. She's like, Mom, that's K-A-M-A-R-I-E. She was the best little girl ever.
So I understand she wanted to, I read somewhere
The
that
princess. She wanted to be a princess. You couldn't tell her nothing. All my makeup ruined, but she wanted to be a princess. She can have it. She can definitely be it.
What would you want viewers to know about your daughter?
She was just the sweetest girl in the world. You couldn't, oh God, you couldn't harm her. She was just sweet. Like, you could not harm that little girl because she's so innocent, so smart. She was fantastic. She was perfect.
Well, my heart aches for you. And please know our prayers are with you. I know Tony gave you her card.
Yes, I've dropped off some presents and I still have some more that I will bring because that's what she would want.
That's
Definitely
very
what
sweet
she
of
would
you.
want.
And is there anything that you want to say to our viewers about?
Life's short. Definitely keep your loved ones close. You never know when it's going to be the end. And I'm innocent. I had nothing to do with my daughter's disappearance or murder. I would never. She was my life.
Of course she was. She's your baby girl.
Exactly. Like, whoever could do that is just disturbing. Very sick in the head.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No
And